Apartment Therapy. My name is Courtney. Welcome to my 330 square foot apartment in New York City. So I came into the space and saw the black and white checkered floors and loved them immediately. I'm a person that studied textile design in college, so I love to infuse pattern wherever I can. One thing that I like to keep in mind is not to mix too many patterns of like shapes. So with the checkered board floors, I really wanted to add more organic shapes and more circles, things that contrasted the checkerboard floors but not too much. Some of the things that do that are my fun Marimekko plates, the different tea towel I have. The oven mitts that I have a polka dot shape that contrasts the checkerboard floor really well. I tried to keep a similar theme in the living space as well, but I chose to go more of an animal print route. I went with a Dalmatian print rug and then decided to complement it with a zebra print pillow and different smaller artworks that had black and white natures to them, but maybe weren't so obviously a pattern. One piece specifically is a drawing from my first apartment's view in New York. I thought that one was really great to give sort of a pattern because the city itself is filled with so many patterns. And then I kept the same process when I was furnishing the sleeping area and the bathroom, but I kept all the patterns white on white or simply textured. I wanted to infuse one color, and that was green wherever I could in the space. It brings a little bit more of a botanical element, even if it isn't a botanical item, and it makes the space feel a little more alive, but not overwhelming. My proudest DIY is definitely my Rattan Cabinet. It became a project to house all of my other art projects. I was walking home one day and I saw it on the curb and knew immediately it had to come home with me. Gave it a fresh coat of paint, I added new hardware, and I added rattan and wood binding to the doors. So the textured artwork, I had found these two different canvases that were circles but didn't like the artwork that was on them. So I decided to apply some plaster to them and ultimately scrape into it with tools to make a textured pattern to complement the rest of the textures in my sleeping area. For my drawing materials, I couldn't find the perfect storage solution that looked nice both on my desk and stored away, so I decided to make my own. I found these wood boxes at Bed Bath & Beyond for super cheap. I covered them in plaster to accent other artwork in my space, and finally did a little splattering of black paint to make it look like it was stone. My storage solutions are a bed with storage. It has drawers on both sides that help me house my growing accumulation of fabric, my winter clothes, etc. An ottoman with storage. My decorative boxes. The rolling cart in my kitchen is really great because it stores 3 different appliances and my little coffee station that I love. I came to this apartment with only my 2 desks, and I wanted to place them next to the window with the best view. It has the perfect vignette of buildings and allows for a really bright view that I can look at while I'm working or painting. And next, I placed my bed in my space opposite to those desks because it worked the best spatially and I could see the sun rising when I'm sleeping. The very first thing I focused on was making sure the sleeping area was really calm and collected. I wanted it to be an oasis, but also to have a little uniqueness to it, to be a place where I could escape from all the color and pattern I was seeing all day while designing. My biggest splurge is definitely my bed. I wanted to find something that was fully upholstered but also had storage, and Wayfair had the perfect piece. It is an off-white, so it complements all the different whites going on in my space, and I think it's a really timeless piece. I found this really great quilt that has a geometric pattern in it, and I ended up making a lumbar pillow that has 2 different wavy textures on it. I just really wanted to mesh a lot of different patterns, but for it not to be overwhelming. Finally, I wanted to make a living space that was next to these 2, and I wanted to really separate the space from the sleeping area. I did that by putting down a really great Dalmatian rug that I found on Wayfair, a small love seat so that it didn't crowd the space, and my storage ottoman and dresser for housing all of my garments. I have a really long hallway as my apartment is a railway-style home, and I had no idea how to decorate it coming into the space. But over the years and over my time in New York City, I've accumulated a lot of postcards from different exhibits and restaurants and bars. So I wanted to showcase them in the really long hallway by putting up magnet boards and color coding them to accent the space. In the bathroom, there wasn't much to be done. It was a really great white-on-white tiled bathroom already, but I decided to add more textured pieces like the hand towels and the shower curtain, and I wanted to add a little pop of greenery, so I did that with some fake plants on the wall and also with a black and white drawing of flowers that I did. So this is my first space that was just my own, and I really could do whatever I wanted to it and make it completely mine and unique to me. So being in this space, I loved the constant project of it, but I also found about myself that it's okay to take a pause and to really spend time with yourself in your space and take care of yourself mentally and physically.